It's just after 2 o'clock p.m. here in Seoul. I'm Devin Whiting at the Arirang News Center, and we're going to cut in and listen to the government's latest briefing on the coronavirus outbreak. Let's take a listen.
So as of the confirmed cases, it is amounting to 8,897, and of those, based on the results, those coming from overseas amount to 123. And there has also been 297 people being discharged as of midnight of today. And we saw an increase in the number of people being discharged, while the number of confirmed cases were 98. So we see a decrease in the number. And as of the regional status, we saw additional confirmed cases coming from Daegu at 43 and 11 at the Gyeongbuk region. So we saw that 89% of these confirmed cases were related to the cluster outbreak. And in relation to the Guro district call center related cases, we saw that 4 has been added to amount to 152 in total. And for the Bundang Jaeseng Hospital in the Gyeonggi province, we have also seen additional confirmed cases in those who were self-quarantined. So in the Daegu region, we have done a all-around investigation on the high-risk facilities, and we are almost completing it. And we have seen additional 18 cases based on the investigation. And for the Central Disaster and Safety Countermeasures Headquarters, starting at the midnight of today, we're going to conduct the diagnostic test for everyone who is coming from Europe. And we have seen the confirmed cases being more than 1,000 in European countries. So in order to prevent the inflow coming from overseas, even if people are testing negative, for people who are staying in Korea for a long term, we're going to self-quarantine them for 14 days, and for the short-term residents, we're going to conduct active monitoring. So for the additional confirmed cases of 98 that we found yesterday, 15 cases were coming from overseas, which was more than 10%. So we see a continuous cases coming from overseas, and we see that 8 of these 15 cases are coming from people entering from Europe. So if it is not of an urgent matter, we want to ask our citizens to delay outings and any travels and to postpone it or to cancel them. And also, if you are entering from overseas, please make sure to follow the special entry measures. And also, for people who are entering from regions that are not coming from Europe, we also want to ask you to stay at home for around 14 days and also to follow the rules on personal hygiene. And also, for the business sites and companies, for those who are going on business trips, we want to ask you to have them stay at home for 14 days after coming from an overseas country. And as Prime Minister has mentioned, we are going to strengthen the measures on social distancing, and we are going to start this now. So we want to ask our citizens to refrain from going outside. And unless you have real life-full necessities that you need, please refrain from going outside. And also in the companies and the business sites, when you are having meals, please make sure to have a certain distance, and also please make sure to follow the rules on personal hygiene, such as washing your hands and covering yourself when you're coughing. Starting today, for the religious facilities where we see a high risk of the outbreak, and for sports facilities and others, we are also preventing the opening of these facilities. And if we see any violation based on the investigation, we're going to penalize them. And also, we're going to have administrative orders for any crowded gatherings. And if these are violated, then we will also penalize these people as well. And if there are any confirmed cases, then the treatment fees and the disinfectant fees will be actually charged as damage fees. And lastly, we want to express our gratitude to our citizens. So you have made many efforts and you have supported us greatly in the preventive measures. So we want to thank you once again. And we want to ask you to maintain active social distancing until April 5th. And we also want to ask you to maintain it afterwards so that we can actually transfer to a smooth disinfectant measure so that we can continue our normal BAUs. Thank you.
And that'll conclude our coverage of this briefing. Stay tuned to Arirang for the latest on the coronavirus outbreak in South Korea. We'll be back with the next briefing scheduled for 5:30 p.m.